Okay, Math 90, this is section 2.5, part 3, and we're still solving. And we just solved an equation where x equals 3 turned out to be the final answer. So I just want to plug this in and check it before I go on to the next problem. So here was our original problem. Here's our answer. So I'm going to take the x equals 3 and plug it in here and see if that equals 3 times okay, so whoops, I forgot a minus 3 in here. So it's 6 times 3 minus 3. Get that in there. 6 times 3 minus 3. Does that give us 3 times 3 plus 2? Well, 6 times 3 is 18 minus 3. And if we do parentheses first, this is really 3 times 5. Because 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, are these two sides both coming out to be equal? Well, 18 minus 3 is 15, and 3 times 5 is 15, so it does check. So x equals 3 is the correct solution. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Let's see what I got. This time we're solving for y. Okay, so I've got y over 5 plus 3/4 equals y over 2 plus 3/4. Okay, so I want to start with step 1 always. Is there anything we can combine, put together, distribute, anything like that? I don't think there is. So I'm going to step 2 and I'm looking at my number part or my fraction part. How do I get rid of plus 3/4? Well, I'm going to subtract 3/4 from both sides. Let's see if this, no, it's not going to work. Okay, that's better. Okay, so 3/4 minus 3/4 gonna go. I've got y over 5 is equal to, and on this side they're also going to drop out, so this is going to be equal to y over 2. Okay, so if you remember from 85, this is a proportion. And whenever we have a proportion, which is two ratios or two fractions equaling to each other, we can cross multiply. I don't know if you remember, you're just going to, let me just do a little refresh, you're going to multiply y times 5 and then multiply y times 2. We're just crisscrossing and multiplying. So y times 2 is just 2y, and 5 times y is 5y. So you're saying, did that help us at all? Well, I think it did help a little bit. So we're going to repeat step 2, and we can either subtract 2y from both sides or 5y from both sides. So either way, we'll get the right answer. So I'm going to subtract, what the heck, I'm going to subtract 5y from both sides. And 5y minus 5y is 0. They cancel out. And I've got a positive 2y and a negative 5y. Putting them together, I'm subtracting. It's going to be negative 3y equals 0. Let me rewrite that up here. And it's negative because I have more negatives with a negative 5. And then I go to my last step, step 4. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. These drop out. And what's 0 divided by negative 3? The 0 is on top. So y is just 0. And that is my solution, or my final answer. And if you want to take that 0 and plug it in for here, where the 0 is here, 0 divided by 5 is just 0, plus 3/4 is just 3/4 on the left-hand side. And if I take the 0 and plug it in here, 0 divided by 2 is just 0, and 0 plus 3/4 on the right-hand side is 3/4. So both sides will equal out to 3/4. So I know this is correct. Okay? So I'm trying to give you all types of problems that you will see on the Hawks homework. I'm going to go on to my next one. And hopefully this won't be too bad. So I've got 16y plus 23y minus 3 equals 16y plus 2y plus 2. I'm sorry, minus 2y plus 2. And let's see, I can do a step 1 here because I've got like terms. Let me underline. I've got some like terms here and some like terms there. So what's 16y plus 23y? You can add those two together, or you can punch them in your calculator. So 16y plus 23y. I'm going to do that on my calculator here. So I'm going to turn it on. 16 plus 23. I'm getting 39. Okay. So this is 39y minus 3. And I've got on this right-hand side 16y minus 2y. So 16y minus 2y is just 14y plus 2. Okay, so that was step 1. I simplified and I combined like terms. Okay, let's go to step 2. And again, I always like to start with the numbers. We can start here or here. I'm going to add 3 because that's the opposite of subtracting 3 to both sides. I'm going to add 3. Okay, these are going to drop out. And I'm going to get 39y. Whoops. Equals 14y plus 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, are we good so far? And now I'm going to do a second step, and I am going to do another add or subtract, and I want to get the y's all on one side. So I want to subtract I can subtract 14y or 39y from both sides. And I'm going to subtract 14y from both sides, because I need the y's to be all on one side, and they're going to be all on the left-hand side. So 14y minus 14y, these are going to cancel out, and I'm left with 5. And 39 minus 14 is 25y. Now, some people might look at that and say, oh, I know the answer. The answer is 5. Ooh, be careful, because you might want to divide both sides by 5, but we're looking over here. We want to divide by the number that is standing with the variable or with the y, because we need y alone at the end. So we are going to divide both sides by 25. This is step 4. So the 25's cancel, and y is 5 over 25. But I think that I can reduce this. So I'm going to look at this 25, and can I break that 25 down into 2 factors? What would be 2 numbers that multiply, could be the same number, that would give us 25? And I'm thinking 5 times 5. Okay, so I'm going to cancel one of my 5's up here with one of my 5's down there, and my final answer is going to be 1/5. So y is 1/5. Okay, how's that? I've got just 2 more problems to do, and I will do those last couple on the next and last video.